Mr. Lonely and me, we keep each other company. Mr. Lonely and me, we're the only fishes in the sea. I'm high, oh, 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 oh. I'm high, low, oh, oh, oh. I'm a drop in the sea, but the ocean forgot about me. This delusion feels like reality. Mr. Lonely, you see, you will never take my peace. You're lonely as me. I'm high, low, oh. I'm high, low, oh. Silence haunts me like a ghost. No one's around, so my crazy shows. I'm running right down to my bones. Still tomorrow comes and tomorrow goes. And I'm Mr. Lonely and me, we're the only fishes in the sea. Mr. Lonely and me. Should I talk about what it's about, or?
Whatever you'd like to, yeah.
Okay, well, I originally wrote that song for a film that was about this man who thought he was the last man on Earth. So he was lonely, obviously. But then it kind of took its own character and became more personal to me, and it always just feels like this haunting tune to sing in the winter when I feel lonely and isolated because it's so freaking cold. And yeah, so that's what that song's about. And I'm going to be probably recording that soon, so I'm excited to hear like how it's gonna evolve and take different shape and stuff like that. So yeah. Okay. This song I released recently. It's called Ain't Good For Me. If I start talking, head down and I just keep walking, you come around here knocking. This girl ain't gonna 'cause it's nothing good for me. This life ain't good for me. This life ain't good for me. This life ain't good for me. Thank you, thank you. I always have to count, just to be safe. And when I'm nervous, like when I count, numbers just get mixed up, so it usually takes like a couple counts. Like I know that this dot is on the 5th one, but I never trust it. I feel like it changes. So this next song is called I'm the Sky, and I wrote it as like a mantra to help me experience and hold my big emotions. I took the concept of being like a sky from Buddhist meditations and teachings, and they say like if you imagine your heart or your mind being like a sky, then you have room for any emotions or thoughts to just come in and go, and you're less attached. And kind of like the clouds or a storm, it's always gonna go away. So this is I Am the Sky. I beg the sky, swallow me whole, take all my pain, leave me my soul. I needed to soar through the clouds without a care in the world. Left my shame down on earth, 'cause I'm no longer that girl. I am the sky. I'm the sunrise. It rains when I cry. choose. I wish that they would bruise. Can't wait till it's old news. Heavy days I snooze. Try walking in my shoes. Oh baby, I grew 'cause I knew it'd be soon. This storm would pass through. My breath is a breeze, comes in and it leaves. I am the sky. I'm the sunrise. It rains when I cry. 'Cause I am the sky. I'm the sunrise. I am the sky. I am the sky. I'm the sunrise. Wild and alive. Oh my, I am the sky. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna use my ukulele now.
It's gonna get a crazy ukulele solo.
I wish.
I was positive you're gonna hit that strand of lights up there both times you removed your guitar.
Oh, I was gonna say I'm not
no,
that tall.
perfect, right on.
That's good. I'm glad I didn't get it. Bing, bing, boom. I love the ukulele. It's amazing. Pull out my hair. Good to go? So this song is called Liquefying. I'm lullabying and I keep crying. I'm trying, I ain't lying. I'm turning into water. I'm more than just a daughter. I'm the waves of the sea. I'm liquefying. I'm liquefying. I'm clarifying that living means dying. I'll be bye-bying to this body that I'm in. Seasick in my own ocean, drowning in emotion, fighting the waves of the sea. I'm liquefying. I'm liquefying. My emotions, my identity, all of these potions that I remedy. I'll swim in oceans, creativity. I'll paint this whole world just for me. I'm touching magic, magic inside of me. I'm cut from the universe's mystery. I'm liquefying. I'm liquefying. I'm liquefying. I'm liquefying. I'm liquefying. I'm liquefying.
Hi, I'm Logan Ollivier, your host of Live from the Living Room, and with me today is Danielle Pollari.
Hello.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for being here, and I'm using the show dog Moses. So your music is wonderful.
Thank you.
What do you find is your major influence in getting into music and writing your own?
I think it was a need to create and express because I was in the acting industry in Toronto and I was spending so much time waiting around for a call from my agent and it was killing me. Like I just needed to be creating and so when I started making music it felt like my career was back in my own hands and it was also therapy for me and just like getting lots of emotions out of my system.
I find music very emotional as well. It both pulls and creates emotional reaction stuff. And do you really just pour everything into it when you're writing?
Yeah, I would say so. Depending on like usually when it comes to writing, things will come to me when I'm like kind of at the tail end of like going through some sort of emotional storm, and the tail end of it I kind of like give myself the words that I need to hear and then I sing the song to myself, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, for sure. You'd mentioned in one of your songs, you're talking about Buddhism, and I know I heard you and my wife talking earlier, you're going to do your yoga training.
Yeah.
And so do you find that spirituality is also something that you really draw from within your music and how that kind of leads into personal life as well?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it wasn't in mind when I started making music, but the more I learn about spirituality and yoga and Buddhism and just from my own practices and meditation, the more it's all kind of connected. And I'm actually doing my yoga teacher training, not just to teach, but I love how the cat is on Evan right now. That's awesome.
If we could turn a camera, we would. But there's a cat on top of our audio guy. This is wonderful.
Oh, that's great.
The animals steal the show all the time.
I'm doing the training so that I can use the teachings of yoga to be more present as a performer and when I'm writing my music, and so that I can be proud of what I'm putting out and it be in alignment with what I want for myself and like the energy I want to put out into the world. So yeah, it is really connected for me.
Right on, cool. So how long have you been performing and writing music?
Since high school I started. Well, no, I started when I was really young, but I was very secretive about it. I used to watch Hannah Montana, and she was like an undercover rock star, so I was an undercover rock star. It's still like my Facebook email, like you know how you have to keep the one that you have when you're young? It's still undercover rockstar at live.ca. But yeah, I started writing then, but like secretively, and I wrote like a song for a boyfriend. I didn't know how to play guitar, and I just made up chords. And then I fell in love with performing. Like my first like coming out as a singer was I got the role of Annie at our high school, and that was like the perfect opportunity. I just got to like belt it and like these big songs, and the director Ryan McCullough, he would just tell me like, belt it, Danny, just felt it. And I was like, yeah. And I just would like sing my heart out. And he's like, it doesn't matter if your voice cracks or if it sucks, like, because you're playing an 11-year-old, so like it's cute no matter what you do. So I had like this permission to just like give her. So that was like super fun for me. And that's when I fell in love with performing. And then I wanted to do musical theater. But then I went to school. I'm rambling right now, but telling you my life story. But it's all like
it's every artist draws from their own personal experiences. So to find out, I guess, what makes an artist tick, it's good to go to the beginning. And so this is all like a really interesting story.
Yeah.
Because your music's beautiful. So we want to know where it comes from.
Cool.
So don't worry about rambling. I do it all the time.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah, I fell in love with musical theater because I loved both music and acting. And at the time, I was also like slowly learning guitar because my brother was a really good guitar player, but he would get so frustrated when I wanted to sing songs with him. So I ended up learning myself so that I had something to sing to. And then I went to school for acting, and that's when I fell in love with film and TV acting. Like, that was so cool because it was more intimate and like not as over the top, and I really liked that. And then then I started doing more music when I was like just waiting around for my agent to call. And yeah.
So do you still do acting?
I would love to, but there are not a lot of opportunities in Thunder Bay. So I moved back here 2 years ago now, and done some like short films with They Media and Scott Hobbs and stuff like that. But I want to do more for sure. So if you're listening to this, please, I want to act. I love acting so much. But one day I'll get back into it. Actually, I wanted to do music videos where I get to be the star. And I want to tell like really cool stories, like inspiring stories, and play the lead actor, of course. And they would be like short films almost.
That's really cool.
Yeah, that's my plan.
But I want to see if we can help with that because that's fantastic.
Cool. Okay, cool.
So how long have you been performing then?
Well, I suppose since high school, so a good chunk of time. I'm 27 now, so any math wizards here?
8 years, 10 years?
Yeah.
Somewhere around there?
Let's say that.
Right on. Cool. And what's your, I guess, next step? Where you want to go next?
Well, right now I'm trying to, because I get so excited about so many different art projects and things I want to create, things I want to do. I'm trying to really focus in on just music right now. So I just released 2 songs, and I'm releasing one more in the spring/summer. We'll see. It's done. I just want to have the right timing because Liquefying is like such a beachy song. So I want to do it like when it starts to warm up. And then I'm going to do 2 more songs. I'm going to go work with my producer again, Tennyson King. And we're going to be making 2 more songs and then release those. And then I want to make music videos. And then I also want to, create a band. I know I'm trying to like focus in, but like, there's lots of things involved with like making music. So yeah, I want to put a band together and go on tour and sell merchandise, which is like art that I make because I like to make art. So.
Well, right on. Any kind of merchandise, our sponsor, Impact Promotion, would be happy to help you out with that.
Oh.
They treat us well.
Nice.
Yeah, so we can help you with that.
Cool.
I did have another question that just left my brain right now, so I'm going to have to regroup here. But with music and your influences outside of just your emotions and everything else experience-wise, but seeing bands perform, do you have any favorites, any shows that you've seen that have been like, this has changed my life, I want to be a musician after watching?
Yeah, most musical performances, I get that, like, oh, I want it so bad. I want to be on stage right now. But some artists that I really am inspired by, Matt Corby, Shaky Graves, Alabama Shakes, so many more that aren't coming to me right now. Billie Eilish, she's the coolest. That's all I can think of right now.
What's your favorite concert you've seen?
I liked seeing Shaky Graves because I started listening to his music when I was like feeling really independent, and I went to his concert by myself. And I had this moment when he was on stage, and I felt like we were friends because I'd been watching him on YouTube. And there was one part of his song where he like gets really into it, and then he stops playing, and then he goes back into it. But in that moment of silence, I was like, "Shake it, shaky," really loud. And the people that were standing in front of me, all these tall people, just turned around like, gave me this look. And I just wanted to be like, yeah, like I kind of know him, but obviously
you didn't do the super cool like also look back like you're someone else.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Who
yeah.
would say
Who's
that?
that guy? So you lived in Toronto then, I'm guessing?
I
for a
did
while?
7 years.
And that can take a toll. If you're not
For
really
sure.
a big city person,
Yeah.
it's a different world. Like I grew up in Saskatchewan and moved down to the GTA for a year. And that was enough for me.
Yeah.
And I was like, people are weird here. I need to go place somewhere quiet. And then ended up in Thunder Bay and love it here.
Yeah.
So tell me a bit about that, like deciding to leave the hustle and bustle of the big city and come back home.
Well, when I first moved there, I was like, get me out of this little city. Like, I'm a big city gal. Like, I want my name in lights, and I want to go to New York or LA. And I was like, fine, I'll settle for Toronto. And I loved like the hustle bustle. The school I went to was like right in the downtown core, right in Dundas Square. And it really fed like my soul to be there and like have that excitement all the time. And then like a few years in, it was like, okay, this is getting old. I want to just like get my groceries and get home and not have to like worry about moving around people all the time. And then yeah, like the acting industry started to take a toll on me too, like constant rejection, and like everything is based on your looks, and there's so much out of your control. Like you could not get a job because the other actor has your hair colored. It's like we can't have two people with the same hair color. And it's like, oh, come on, I'll dye my hair. So that took a toll on me. And then I also went through a really scary, shitty experience that I got PTSD from. And I sort of, like, I knew it was a big deal because of, like, how it was affecting me. Like, I was scared to go on the subways, and, like, I started having to take Ubers to my auditions, and I was getting more and more scared to leave the house, and I ended up just being like, I gotta take care of myself, because I kept telling myself that if I leave Toronto, I'm giving up on my dreams. And so I had to really like shift my mindset and be like, I'm not gonna, even if I was getting an acting job and I'm in this state, like it's not gonna be healthy, and I'm not gonna be present for it. So yeah, I moved back to take care of my mental health, and music was a big part of that, and kind of taking my power back and my control, and dealing with my emotions, and yeah, so here I am.
Yeah, that's all important things. Really, mental health is always something that people need to be on top of, and sharing it is always, I find anyways, a really good way to kind of sort through the turmoil that's inside.
Yeah, because we all deal with it, so yeah.
Right on. So I have a quick question, and when I was coming up with this question, I realized that my go-to is the Muppets at all times. But I was going to ask, who do you think would make a better celebrity chef? Hannah Montana or Miss Piggy from the Muppets?
Oh, well, probably Miss Piggy. I mean, she's a pig, so...
I suppose, I guess if you're food, yeah.
Yeah, for the food, but for, like, maybe the entertainment, music-wise, Hannah Montana. Like, young Hannah Montana.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was thinking.
She'd have some jokes in there. She'd maybe sing a song.
And I feel like Miss Piggy would just be a disaster. Like,
probably.
Because she's
messy.
kind of high maintenance, but also, a Muppet, so they're doofuses,
True. She's a puppet, so
yeah,
she wouldn't be that good.
Well, maybe. I guess the person behind it might be better, but great answer. Well, thank you so much for being on the show.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
It's been fantastic, and we look forward to seeing more of you.
Cool. Thank you so much.
That is the show for today. Thank you very much. Again, thank you for our sponsor, Impact Promotions, who delivers us with some swag and can help out anyone else looking for some swag and branded apparel and materials. Thank you very much.